So, just one or two words before we proceed. If you're an old subscriber, you know I really do try to work on the editing. So, if you're a new subscriber, this may seem a little basic. However, I feel that I guess the message is more important than the style. And this is some pretty heavy subject matter. So, although I usually try to include some levity or jokes, I will keep it a little serious for this video and a few other videos on this subject. So let us get to it. So, what is occurring? Well, if you have been following vaguely the Scientology, anti Scientology scene, you know that Aaron Smith-Levin had a big fallout with former friends, but not all of them. So, one of the friends he kept by his side is Louis Repetto, and he is facing some very serious accusations. So, this person is not technically a direct victim, but she is helping the victims. And this is her. So, we're going to let her speak on the situation. This is a video that was done a few months ago. So if you're a little clueless, hopefully she'll give you some background.
His name is Louis Repetto. And you guys are the first people that know this, but believe me, everyone else is going to find out.
Experience in terms of what I feel like, etc. I can't answer some questions. I know that things were unclear regarding whether there was physical contact or not, I guess, like
Now,
in person.
At the time of that recording, I believe the number of people was roughly 11 to 12. Now, again, these are allegations at this point, but police reports are being filed. There are 20 or so victims claiming that Louis Repetto, in some form or other, is guilty of stalking, harassment, and other things. So these are pretty serious charges. And I've covered this in other videos, so I will make this quick. But basically, Aaron and Louis are very close friends. There was some attempt to get Aaron to publicize these accusations. And again, remember, these are accusations at this point. Got to be careful. And just let people know that this is what several victims are saying. And Aaron, to put it mildly, was not very cooperative, didn't really want to help, and basically just tried to ignore the controversy. So it is good that some people in the SPTV community broadly, and Aaron runs the SPTV Foundation. So I want to be careful that there's a lot of shifting alliances and different people in different places. So, for instance, there's certain praise for some of the SPTV activists, and I want to be brutally honest here that I don't think these are good people. I don't think they're honest people. However, some of them were willing to speak to and help the victims. So we're going to hear some praise of them, and then I'm going to add more context.
That was not the reception I got from, I'm not going to name names, but, you know, some people that we all know. So I named the names of the people that were phenomenal from day one. Pearl.
So good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Did you fly in for this?
No, I was here for work.
Ah.
And now I'm just doing this. I was here yesterday with the girls.
Now, at this moment, I think Liz Ferris is still off YouTube. She had a YouTube channel for a while. She's an ex-Scientologist and has spoken out about Scientology and its abuses. And then we have Pearl, who is Pearl Snappy. She has her own channel. And Pearl, as far as I know, is not an ex-Scientologist. She was never in Scientology. She just basically saw, I guess, a couple of Aaron videos and decided, hey, it would be a good idea to annoy Scientologists outside of a building in Texas. And to put all the cards on the table, I actually did like her early content because she has a certain style and personality. You got to give her that. But the more and more you get into her content, it is very toxic. And I mean incredibly toxic. I mean, she's yelling at small children. Yeah, she went that far. But hey, these teenagers are in Scientology, so I guess if you're a teenager who is a Scientologist, she considers you fair game, literally. So, yeah, she's a very nasty person. However, apparently she does a very good side, and she's helping the victims behind the scenes. And she has a lot of information on Louis. But now let's do devil's advocate. And again, I will just say one word, a preface. I will start doing more work on this. But let's take the new atheist movement with Richard Dawkins. I am not pro Dawkins. I'm just looking at these arguments. And it always stuns me that people cannot stand that people can take a neutral position at all. So Dawkins, of course, is arguing against theism, and then you have his opponents who argue for theism and for God, etc., etc. You can take a middle stance. Agnosticism is a real thing. So I just don't understand people who cannot stand that you can take a middle neutral position, but you can do that. Again, I'm just doing devil's advocate and presenting the Louis Repetto side of the story. So when these accusations first surfaced, yes, it is true that Louis seemed to get rid of his channel. He had some content on there, and then the content went away, but now he's returned. He hasn't put back all the old videos, but he's put back a few, and he tries to explain this in the community post that apparently one of these restraining orders by one of these alleged victims is basically a Scientologist. So clearly the narrative he's saying is that, yes, women are filing these complaints. However, they are not who they appear to be. So presumably these Scientology women are just trying to censor him, stop the channel, stop his activism, right? He has done anti-Scientology protests. You don't want to take that away from him. So basically, this is just an OSA operation in disguise. If you're just coming in, you're like, what the hell is an OSA? OSA is a spy agency that is embedded in, quote, the official church. And its crimes and its many, many abuses have been documented elsewhere. I've done a few videos on that. I will do more. He is framing it as the Scientology people are coming after him. Now, he's not really addressing these other people, right? I mean, even if he's correct that some of these complaints are by Scientologists, okay, fine. But again, some of these complaints are by women who run anti-Scientology channels. Again, can we ever know for sure they're not working for Scientology? No. I mean, by definition, the nature of the spy business is kind of murky. I don't think these are OSA people. Wouldn't make any sense, but it is possible. But do I think all these 20 plus women are OSA agents? That seems radically implausible. And he's not really addressing that. And again, there is evidence. Some of this evidence has been shared. But given the nature of these allegations, things have to be heavily censored, especially on YouTube. Good or bad, whether you guys like it or not. I'm trying to do the best I can on all sides. But again, if you want more, just contact these channels directly. And I'm sure they can forward some of this evidence. It is pretty graphic. So fair warning if you are sensitive about those things. That is his side of the story, that this is basically just a big OSA operation and people being fooled and scammed. He's innocent. He's just asking for money to pay for his legal bills to fight Scientology. And that is his side of the story. Again, he's not really addressing the major charges, so it feels a little bit unclear about what the hell he's talking about. But that is his side of the story. And what about the larger SPTV context? Well, I don't know. I mean, aside from Natalie, she did one video on this. They pretty much have not tried to address it. Liz Ferris is no longer doing YouTube, so can't really say if she's still interested in the case. I just don't know Liz. Can't speak for her. So it seems a lot of the SPTV people, or the official people, you want to say more precisely, they're not really picking up this issue. I don't think even Apostate Alex, as far as I know, is picking up this issue. So it just seems like some people legitimately, like Alex, maybe they're just waiting to see for more information. And other SPTV people are just basically covering it up. They just want to forget the whole thing. And Nora, I'm going to have to be very critical of, says there is no cover-up. No, there definitely is a cover-up. But how bad is it? At this point, we just don't know. I mean, how much did Nora or Aaron or Serge really know about this? I don't know. So can't speculate yet. But given what they do know about Louis, and again, Aaron has said this, that they are close friends, it'd be highly unlikely he was not aware of some of these things, because apparently there was this tone or feeling in the community, which I'm not a part of because there's no email or communication sent to me about this guy. But in any case, apparently there were a lot of communication behind the scenes about him for a while. So it'd be hard to believe that Aaron was not aware of that. So how bad is this? Well, we'll have to wait for more information. Police reports are being filed. So if you do have a legit complaint, I would say, yeah, go to the police and we'll see. So that's where we are at this moment with the Louis Repetto dilemma.
I was the tech sec and you were the BC practical supervisor, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do this. So like, when we were in the Sea Org, I was the tech sec and you were the BC practical supervisor, right?
Yep.
So like, yeah, Louis and I were in the Sea Org. The entire time I was